Welcome to Pattaya True Crime, where we recap some of the dark and chilling crimes and unfortunate events that has happened in Pattaya City and the surrounding areas. Warning: listener discretion is advised. This podcast explores graphic content and disturbing themes that might not be suitable for all audiences. Rightio, welcome back to another episode of Pattaya True Crime. Marcus Obi as your host as usual. Hope everyone's been good out there. Rightio, episode 20. This week we've got some strange deaths in the same condo building. Beach workers still ripping off tourists. Surprise, surprise. A former American GI loses his shit. And the Kuwaiti boys still running amok in town. Anyway, we'll get into it. We got heaps more than that. Number one. So women detain a rider accused of blackmail in Pattaya. A group of Thai women in Pattaya took decisive action by detaining a 26-year-old motorbike rider. They handed him over to the Pattaya police. The man is accused of blackmail, assault, and making threats involving explicit videos. No good. The confrontation took place outside a motorbike rental shop in central Pattaya. Police Lieutenant Colonel, who leads the crime suppression unit, responded to the incident after receiving reports. Upon arrival, they encountered about 10 young men and a woman, including the victims, holding down the suspect. One victim, a 30-year-old, recounted her experience with reporters. She explained that her acquaintance with the man began through a dating app on Facebook, leading to a relationship. However, she later alleged he assaulted her and threatened to release intimate videos if she did not comply with his demands. Great guy. 4 additional women have come forward with similar allegations. Among them is a 32-year-old who previously lodged 3 complaints against the man for incidents including vandalism, threats to leak videos, and physical assault. A Facebook warning post by one of the victims attracted over 1,000 comments condemning the suspect and encouraging other victims to speak up, revealing a recurring pattern of abuse. He admitted to meeting multiple women via dating apps and having relationships, but denied recording or threatening anyone, asserting that all interactions were consensual. He also disclaimed responsibility for any property damage. Investigating officers from the Pattaya City Police Station has interviewed all the victims and recorded the suspect's details. To maintain order, the group was dispatched or sent along with plans for further questioning. Should the suspect be found guilty, he will face charges and legal proceedings as per the law. This is all alleged, by the way. Anyway, we're carrying on. Number 2. We've got a retired American soldier turned English teacher. He went nuts at a South Pattaya bar, frightening staff and sending security into full alert. But his fury ended up in handcuffs after the full-blown meltdown on Soi 5. The former American GI, thought to be around 60 years old, is accused of spitting at a bar girl, smashing a pot of incense, and booting over a menu sign after a woman allegedly refused his advances. Police said that he returned shortly after wielding an iron bat or iron bar and a sharp object, prompting bouncers to subdue him before handing him over to officers. This is a quote here. He started shouting and cursing. He then spat at the girls waiting out the front. This is a 27-year-old cashier at the venue. Then he kicked over the sign and stormed off, but came back. He was acting strange and talking nonsense. Think I'll have shared that on the Facebook page on social media. You can go have a look if you want. She said it all started when one of the female staff refused to entertain his repeated advances. The situation escalated when the former GI returned moments later, armed and clearly agitated. She also said he came back with a metal rod and a blade. Oh, there was a security guard who said that. So we followed our training, charged, disarmed, and pinned him down until police arrived. Good job, boys. Good job. Patrol officers from Pattaya City Police Station said the man was still too agitated to be questioned. He was taken away to cool down and will face legal action once fit to interview. Officers say if compensation cannot be agreed for damages, the matter will proceed through the courts. Officers are also investigating whether the man has a history of erratic behaviour or prior run-ins with the law. Oh, don't know what's going on there. Whether he's hitting the grog hard or he's got some mental issues. Hopefully they sort it out. Number 3. A young 21-year-old woman. She was left traumatised after being violently assaulted by a stranger at a restaurant/bar in Pattaya. The incident, which was captured on CCTV and widely shared on social media, has sparked outrage and a search for the suspects. According to a post by the Facebook page Social Hunter 2002, the 21-year-old woman was enjoying a night out with 2 friends at a popular eatery in Pattaya's Dong Pru sub-district. When the altercation occurred around 2 a.m, 2 women seated at a nearby table approached the group, aggressively confronting them with the question, "Why are you staring at me?" That old chestnut, eh? What are you looking at? Eh? Carrying on. Before she could respond, one of the women, described as wearing a dress, allegedly walked behind her and kicked her in the head, causing her to fall forward in shock. Bloody hell. The group of 3 assailants, 2 women and a man, fled the scene immediately after the attack, escaping on a white Vespa. The victim, a freelance product promoter who works in department stores, told reporters that she was deeply shaken by the unprovoked assault. "I don't know them at all," she said. "I was just sitting there with my friends and suddenly they came over, accused us of staring and attacked me. I'm still in shock and feel scared to go out now." Poor love. CCTV footage from the restaurant shows the 2 groups seated less than a metre apart. The assailants appeared to have settled their bill and were preparing to leave when they stopped at the victim's table. A brief exchange occurred while one of the women delivered a powerful kick to the victim's head with her right foot. The group then casually walked out of the restaurant. My word. She said the incident left her emotionally distressed, causing her to isolate herself at home. Friends have been visiting to offer support, but she admits that watching the video of the attack has made it even harder to cope. She has since filed a police report at the Pattaya City Police Station and is calling for the suspects to take responsibility for their actions. "This was a violent act and I don't even know them," she said. "I want justice." Of course you do, love. You deserve it. That's not right. Just go around kicking people in the head. Anyway, so authorities are investigating the incident and police are working to identify and locate the suspects who remain at large. Yeah. Moving forward to number 4. This is a ripper. So, a disabled British man hoping to ease his loneliness ends up being robbed in his hotel room in Pattaya. You'll never guess who robs him. So it was about 12:16 a.m. The deputy inspector of the Pattaya City Police Station received a report from a foreigner about a theft that occurred in a hotel in central Pattaya. The victim, a 61-year-old British national who is physically disabled, is unable to speak and with impaired mobility, requiring a wheelchair to move. He went to the police station and filed a report. Just stating the obvious here, he can't speak, so he obviously reported this through whatever thing he does on his wheelchair. So he stated that he had hired the services of a woman near Pattaya Beach at night to ease his loneliness. 2 Thai women and 1 trans woman accompanied him back to his hotel room. Sounds like it was really, really lonely. Wow. Anyway, while the victim went to the bathroom, as per usual, the 3 individuals fled the room. Upon checking his belongings, he discovered that 6,000 baht in cash and 150 British pounds, it's about 6,500 baht, were missing. After the incident, the victim promptly reported the crime to police. The police recorded the report as evidence and coordinated with the investigative team to review CCTV footage around the area. Police 2 ladies and a ladyboy. Bloody hell. Anyway, authorities are now in the process of tracking down the suspects for legal proceedings. Keep it together, Marcus. Pardon me. There's not much more to say about that. It speaks for itself. Number 5. Where was this one? Righto. An American tourist assaulted after a foiling pickpocket attempt by 2 transgender women in Pattaya. At approximately 4:30 a.m., the tourists reported an assault to Pattaya City Police after a violent encounter with 2 transgender women near Soi 61 along Pattaya Beach. According to the victim, he was walking in the alley when 2 scantily clad transgender women approached him, offering companionship services and engaging in physical contact. During the interaction, one of them allegedly pickpocketed 3,000 baht from his trouser pocket. When the man confronted them and demanded the return of his money, a heated argument broke out. The situation escalated, resulting in one of the women striking him. So they cracked him in the head with a rock, apparently, causing a severe head injury. The victim, with blood streaming from his wound, sought help from a passerby who assisted him in reaching the Pattaya City Police Station. There he filed a complaint with Police Lieutenant Colonel, the Deputy Investigating Officer. Police have launched an investigation coordinating with the investigative team to gather evidence, including reviewing CCTV footage from the area to identify and apprehend the suspects. Authorities are committing to pursuing legal action against those responsible. Right. Soi 6/1. You kind of don't want to, if anyone knows Pattaya, which if you're listening, you may very well, but that's right next to Soi 6. Soi 6 is thousands of young ladies at bars. Soi 6/1 is ladyboys. If you don't know, you wouldn't want to walk down there at 4:30 a.m. It's just looking for trouble. Well, looking for something anyway. I'm keeping it together here. Try not to laugh. Hope he's all right. Hope the culprits get busted. Anyway, number 6. This is strange, this one. A 54-year-old taxi driver from Bangkok filed a complaint with Pattaya City Police after a foreign passenger allegedly swindled him out of a fare and offered a large package of cannabis as payment instead. The driver, operating a private taxi out of Bangkok, told reporters that he picked up a foreign passenger of unknown nationality at an airport and agreed to drive him to a hotel in Pattaya. for a fare of 2,000 baht. Rather steep. The passenger requested to pay on arrival, claiming his wife could cover the cost. However, upon arrival, the passenger produced only 900 baht, and the wife added just 50 baht. When the driver pressed the remaining amount, the passenger claimed he had no more money. In a bizarre twist, the passenger allegedly offered a large package of weed as a substitute for the unpaid fare. He refused the offer and threatened to involve the police, prompting an angry reaction from the passenger, who then stormed off into his hotel, ignoring the outstanding payment. Frustrated, the driver reported the incident to Pattaya City Police. He expressed his disappointment, noting that he had previously helped passengers who could not pay, only to be taken advantage of. In this case, yeah. He said, there's always news about taxi drivers harming foreigners, but what about foreigners who mistreat honest workers like us? He said, questioning whether justice would be served. Police are investigating the incident, seeking to identify the passenger and address the complaint. Man, if you haven't got 2,000 baht, get the fucking bus. Don't rip off the taxi drivers. Come on, man. It's a bit of a shit move. Moving forward to number 7. Pattaya rescue team. They face chaos as Kuwaiti tourists swarm the ambulance after a motorcycle crash. The old Kuwaiti boys at it again. Just after midnight, the Sawang Bulibun Rescue Unit in Pattaya received a report of a motorcycle accident in Soi VC in South Pattaya. Rescue volunteers rushed to the scene to provide assistance. There. Upon arrival, authorities found a black Honda PCX motorcycle laying on its side with minor damage. Nearby, a young male Middle Eastern tourist, believed to be an Arab, from Kuwait, aged between 18 and 25. He had sustained minor injuries to his left leg. Rescue personnel provided first aid before preparing to transport the injured man to the hospital. However, chaos erupted when a group of the victim's friends, about 10 of them, rushed to the scene, attempting to crowd around their injured friend and even lift him into the ambulance themselves. The situation escalated as the group insisted on boarding the ambulance together. They all tried to get in the ambulance with him. Fucking hell. Causing disruption. Rescue workers had to intervene, urging the group to calm down and comply with instructions. Eventually, the friends cooperated, allowing the rescue operation to proceed smoothly. According to local witnesses, the young Arab rider lost control of his motorcycle, causing the crash and resulting in his injuries. That's what happens when you're speeding around on motorbikes. Dickheads. Anyway, number 8. A bar worker found drugged and abandoned, or possibly drugged, and abandoned in Pattaya, saved by a good Samaritan. So around 2:45 a.m., the Sawang Bulibun Rescue Centre received a report of a woman appearing to be drugged and abandoned near a market in Pattaya. Rescue volunteers, accompanied by Nongpuri police, responded to the scene. Upon arrival, authorities found the woman, a 41-year-old bar worker, in a disorientated state, exhibiting signs of heavy intoxication and possible drugging. She was barely coherent, mumbling and unable to provide clear details. She stated that she was drinking with a man she knew at a bar where she worked, but could not recall events leading to her being left by the roadside. Rescue workers provided first aid before transferring her to the Pattaya City Police Station for her own safety. A 51-year-old Good Samaritan who assisted the lady told reporters she witnessed 2 men rummaging through the woman's shoulder bag. When the lady and her companions approached to intervene, the man claimed The men, they claim familiarity with the lady who was passed out, but then demanded money from her. To avoid confrontation, she gave them 20 baht, after which the men ceased their actions and left. Concerned she may have been drugged with the intent to rob, she then alerted authorities to help the woman get her to safety. Good on you, love. CCTV footage captured two men aged around 30 to 35 and about 160 to 165 centimetres in height, wearing black t-shirts, searching a bag. After being interrupted by the Good Samaritans, they fled toward a nearby alley with another individual with the same appearance. Police are reviewing the footage and coordinating with investigators to track down the suspects for questioning. Stay safe out there, peoples. Keep your wits about you. Pattaya Tattoo Studio. For those who are passionate about tattoos will know Kuwaiti as an artist with exceptionally creative talent in his unusual freehand tattooing. Kuwaiti has won numerous international awards, including Japanese-style freehand and portrait-style tattoos. Whether you are looking for a small or a big tattoo, any style Kuwaiti comes highly recommended. Now with a special first-time customer 10% discount, you can contact the shop via mobile +66 84 239 3951. That's +66 84 239 3951. Or via email inkme@pattaya.studio. Or you can just look him up on Facebook. That's Pattaya Tattoo Studio. PHUNG Pattaya Tattoo Studio. Located on the dark side at Sukhumvit Pattaya 49 Alley. This is not a paid advertisement. I really do recommend this tattoo shop. Yeah. Number 9. Drunk driver. So this was a serious collision between two pickup trucks occurred at 5:06 a.m. So it was at the Match Factory traffic light intersection on the road heading towards Sadahip in Naklua. The accident, reported to the Sawang Buribun Rescue Unit, left 3 people injured and both vehicles heavily damaged. At the scene, a white Toyota Revo Ute, pickup truck, Ute, whatever you want to call it, so it was modified with a refrigeration cargo box on the back for milk delivery, was found crashed against the side of the road. The driver, a 31-year-old male, sustained minor injuries, while his wife suffered head injuries and bruises. The other vehicle, there was a green Toyota Mighty X Ute, modified with high iron railings on the back, was struck on its side and skidded onto the right lane near the median strip. The driver, a 35-year-old, was visibly intoxicated, shouting loudly and being uncooperative, with head injuries. Rescue workers provided first aid before rushing all injured parties to a nearby hospital. The 31-year-old driver stated that he was driving straight in the right lane towards Pattaya when the other vehicle suddenly made a U-turn, cutting him off. Unable to brake in time due to his vehicle's heavy load, he collided with the Mighty X, sending both vehicles in opposite directions. He immediately notified authorities after noticing the other driver was intoxicated. Police have sent the drunk driver to the Pattaya hospital for treatment and will detain him to measure his blood alcohol level. Authorities are reviewing CCTV footage to determine the exact cause of the incident and ensure fairness for all involved. Don't drive drunk, ladies and gents. Number 10. We've got a couple of little mysteries here. Pattaya police search for mystery woman after Swedish man's death. Police at the Pattaya City Police Station are actively searching for a woman captured on CCTV camera at a condominium in South Pattaya, suspecting she may be connected to the mysterious death of a Swedish man discovered dead in the condo. Authorities discovered the body of a foreign man with severe head wounds in his room at an 8-story condo building in South Pattaya. Officers immediately sealed off the room for forensic examination and prohibited unauthorised access to the crime scene. The investigation team revealed that the body was found on the 5th floor. The deceased had been identified as a 38-year-old Swedish national. The naked body was discovered lying on its side next to the bathtub and had been left running. Water had been left running, overflowing from the bath. Blood contaminated the water. That's all back to front. Police observed no signs of forced entry or struggle. There you go. The 27-year-old female hotel manager provided information that the deceased had been living alone in the unit since May and was scheduled to move out. Well, yeah, he was scheduled to move out. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Sorry. It's all back to front. Translating is hard sometimes. So when she went to check on the Swedish man that afternoon for preparing the room for cleaning, she found the door locked and received no response despite repeated calls. She then noted the air conditioning was running and water was flooding the floor. After gaining entry and opening the bathroom door, she was shocked to discover the man's body blocking the doorway and immediately phoned the police. The manager told investigators that during the victim's stay, he frequently brought different women to his room. Security cameras captured the footage of a short-haired woman wearing black clothing entering the deceased room for approximately 20 minutes the night before the discovery. The footage shows her leaving the room carrying a bag, currently the only evidence providing leads for investigators. The woman's appearance and departure with personal items has made her a person of interest in the case. Police Lieutenant, the investigating officer at the Pattaya City Police Station, has coordinated with relevant authorities to join the investigation into this case. The mysterious circumstances surrounding the death, combined with CCTV footage of the unidentified woman, has prompted an intensive manhunt as police work to determine whether foul play was involved in the Swedish man's death. Well, head injuries, lying next to a bath. Sounds a little bit of foul play in there, but can't speculate. Let the cops do their job. So just 2 hours later, the same manager found another body in the same building. This time, it was an Australian man aged 54, face down in a pool of blood on the 7th floor. Broken glass was found near his left elbow, and numerous medicine bottles were found scattered around the room. No signs of a struggle were found in the room either. The manager said friends of the Australian victim, they asked her to check in on him because they were unable to contact him for 2 days. When she arrived, she found the room locked from the inside with a foul odour coming out of the room. She immediately sealed off the area and contacted authorities. Police confirmed that both bodies have been sent to the hospital pending family contact. While no direct connection has been established between the two deaths, authorities are not ruling out any possibilities given the unusual timing and location. We are conducting a thorough investigation, although the cases appear unrelated initially, but the fact that both occurred in the same building within hours raises questions that need answers, police stated. There it is. I want to talk about the poor fucking manager finding 2 dead bodies on the same day, hours apart. Fucking hell, I have a week off, mate. If I was the owner, I'll give you a week off. That's kind of shit. Carrying on to number 11. A violent misunderstanding at an Indian restaurant in Pattaya has left the establishment reeling from property damage and financial losses, with customers fleeing without paying for their bills, totaling over 5,000 baht. The incident occurred in the early hours of the morning at India Green Cherry Restaurant near Soy 16 in South Pattaya. The 34-year-old restaurant owner reported to Pattaya City Police that the dispute between an unidentified Uzbek woman and an Indian man outside the restaurant escalated when a group of approximately 20 Bolt delivery riders, believing the man was assaulting the woman, crossed the street and attacked him. Well, I've shared that on the Facebook page, so have a look, see what you reckon. Carrying on. The ensuing chaos injured bystanders, damaged property, and caused patrons to flee without paying for food and drinks. So she filed a complaint with investigating officers, supported by CCTV footage, but no suspects have been apprehended yet. 2 additional altercations occurred outside the restaurant. The first involved an intoxicated foreign tourists who misunderstood each other, but police intervened, preventing escalation. However, after officers left, another brawl broke out among Indian tourists, causing further disruption in the area. The restaurant owner urged authorities to track down those responsible for the incident, seeking compensation for damages and unpaid bills. And for legal action to be taken, of course. She also encouraged customers who fled out of concern for the violence to return to settle their bills voluntarily to avoid any potential legal action. Enough said. So was this one, number 12 is our last one for this episode. Thailand's Immigration Bureau has apprehended 2 foreign nationals in a major crime bust during a transnational crackdown in Pattaya City. The Bureau, led by Commissioner Lieutenant and supported by a team of senior officials, targeted key suspects wanted in connection with international crime activity. The first arrested, he was a 39-year-old Chinese man, Mr. Sun, wanted for drug-related offences and illegal e-cigarette distribution. Officers located him in a residence in Kuwaiti. He attempted to escape onto the roof but was quickly detained. Authorities discovered he had overstayed his visa by more than 15 days and initiated proceedings for his deportation under Thai law. The second case saw the capture of Mr. Sung. Mr. Sung, a 60-year-old South Korean man, in a rented room in Sukhumvit, Pattaya, Soy 17. Sung is suspected to an Interpol red notice. Sung is a suspect to an Interpol red notice for allegedly orchestrating the trafficking of crystal meth into South Korea. Investigators revealed he had directed accomplices to conceal 180 grams of the drug in food containers for air transport. Had the smuggling succeeded, it could have made over 18 million Korean won. He was also found to be illegally residing in Thailand for more than 2 years. Naughty boy. Both individuals have been charged under Thai law, and officials are coordinating with their international counterparts for further legal action, including extradition and expanding investigation into related criminal networks. So they're cracking down, man. They're still cracking down on it all that shit people can't hide out in Thailand anymore. Well, I don't know if they ever did, but whatever. Righto, that'll do us. That's it for this episode. We'll be back with another one, no doubt. You know how it goes. Stay safe out there, people. Stay safe.